Hello, everybody. Welcome to another episode of Critical
Chit-Chat.
My name is Tommy.
I'm Josh.
This is Josh. And this week, we got some new Pokemon. We got writers for a Pokemon movie.
Mm-hmm.
We have a revolving door Pokemon segment.
Who's it going to be?
And we have new world champion and their video game and trading card teams and decks, respectively.
Yeah.
Which we're going to go over. So let's start by jumping into some news, Pokemon news from the week.
Damn, dude, don't you even want to buy me dinner first? Have you asked me how I'm doing?
No, I don't care.
Okay.
You're here to talk about Pokemon with me.
All right.
Can you stop playing with me?
I love it.
That's okay. So everybody knows Pokemon World Championships were this weekend.
Mm-hmm. We were there.
We were there.
We got the guys.
We got some toys. We did some battles. We didn't win.
Yeah. I mean, that much we know is true.
The viewers of this video might not know. So, at Worlds, some stuff happened. But right before Worlds, they released a new trailer at Gamescom, a gaming convention.
In Germany.
In Germany. They showed Pikachu.
Yeah.
Which is like crazy.
I
Pikachu.
know. Pikachu's definitely not one of the more popular Pokemon. It's definitely, I'd say it's probably like down there with like
Mewtwo,
Charizard.
Okay, so they showed a Pikachu. Obviously not any Alolan form or anything, but it did use a new Z move called, translated from German to English would be Hyper Sprint Attack. Now, what's odd is this is the normal type Z move, which means that doesn't matter what type the Pokemon is, apparently you can just learn any Z move.
Mm-hmm. Or maybe just Pikachu can.
Or
depending on what costume he's wearing. Like from X and Y.
But he wasn't wearing a costume.
We don't know that, Tommy.
I mean, Z moves aren't as type exclusive as we previously thought.
Maybe.
Nothing real big there. Then they showed a brand new Pokemon called Turtonator. And this guy right here, he is a fire dragon.
Is this like Mega Charizard X?
Mega Charizard X and Reshiram are the only other fire dragons.
Mm-hmm.
So with no Megas in this game, probably no Reshiram in this game, this turtle, as of now, stands as the lone fire dragon in Alola.
And he's got a funny hat.
Yes, and a spiky shell.
Yeah.
It looks kind of odd.
He does. He's got like a circle mouth.
Yeah, like
looks like a
Birdo. Cubert also works. So he also his ability is just shell armor. Mm-hmm. We know that. Probably
gonna learn Spiky Shield.
That'd be cool. We need some more Spiky Shielders.
Yeah.
He does have access to a brand new attack called Shell Trap, where it looks kind of like Focus Punch, except if you do get hit during that turn, you hit back with an explosive attack. It's probably super strong.
Yeah. It looks very strong. It literally looks like a nuclear explosion.
No, it doesn't.
It's
a dome cloud. Nuclear explosions are mushroom clouds.
Okay, but they all have a circular top.
I can't argue with that. This is Turtonator.
Turtonator. He's aight.
Yeah, it's okay. 3 out of 5.
Oh, we have to keep up with our ratings.
Yeah.
We haven't been doing that.
Yeah, we
didn't do that in the last episode.
Dude, you gotta give it a rating.
Okay, I'll give it 2 out of 5.
You're mean.
What?
All right. Well, I'll give you a chance to redeem yourself because opening ceremony, World Championship. What's the first thing they show us? A new trailer, 4 new Pokemon. Except we already knew about 3 of them.
Yeah.
But
because
they're
we're
not
special,
confirmed.
and everyone else knew also.
Yeah. I mean, we being the Pokemon community.
Right.
So the 3 we knew about were the ones that were leaked from Coro last week. But we did get their official names and abilities and stuff. So Sandygast is this little sandcastle Pokemon. Thanks.
Perfect.
And we already know he's Ghost Ground. We've already talked about how he looks, so let's talk about his ability. It is Water Compaction.
Yeah, so when it gets hit by a water move, its defense raises.
By 2 stages.
I don't know if you guys have ever played in a sand before and put water in it, but it does. This checks out, like, what's it called? If it checks out. What's the study of land?
Geology.
This checks out geologically.
I don't know if that's true. So yeah, it's not a great ability on a ground type Pokemon.
Right.
It's weak to water, but it does make too much sense to not.
Sense.
Yeah, I mean it makes sense. Unfortunately, it's a not a good ability.
Yeah.
But I mean, if you get creative with it, maybe put a weakness policy on it.
Weakness policy, maybe maybe its defense will be pretty good to begin with.
Yeah.
Or maybe it'll.
It looks like a bulky Pokemon. It
Yeah.
definitely lives a razor shell from a shoulder with like 40% HP in a
Yeah.
trailer. From a shoulder.
So,
Crazy.
Yeah, shoulders, they're not fully evolved. So,
Well, neither are Sandygast.
right.
Until it evolves
Until
into
it is.
Palo Sand. So this is Palo Sand.
Are you
Kind of
sure
like
it's not
pile of sand.
or pail of sand?
It could be Palo Sand.
Yeah.
Okay, we'll call it Palo Sand.
Pail of sand. Pail of sand.
There's no F or V. It's Palo
Yeah,
Sand.
palo sand. I think
Yeah.
it's pale.
Okay, Palo Sand. I mean, we kind of already talked about it last week. It also has water compaction, Ghost Ground.
Yeah.
They did release a new picture of it.
Yeah.
This one
Which
here.
I just saw and had quite the reaction to.
This one here. It's
Pikachu.
it's viciously swallowing this Pikachu.
Yeah, it's like straight up dead. It has X's on its eyes. That means it died.
Yeah, that is kind of weird art. Like just
Yeah.
X's on its eyes. So Palo Sand. That's a scary Pokemon
Yeah.
who eats Pikachus for breakfast, lunch, and dinner,
Breakfast, lunch, and dinner?
or one of those a day.
Sure. Palo Sand. I'm gonna give it a 4 out of 5. I like it.
Yeah, 4 out of 5. What
Wait.
about Sandygast?
Sandygast, I'll give him a 4 out of 5. I don't like it as much, but it's not quite a 3.
3 out of 5.
Ooh.
All right.
Tommy, you okay?
I'm okay, dude. I totally didn't just wake up. So then in the same trailer, well, actually at the beginning of the trailer, they give us a brand new Pokemon, never before leaked, never before seen, never before been matched in coolness.
Ever
Nope.
in Pokemon.
Nope.
800 plus Pokemon.
Mm-hmm.
Never.
Okay, maybe sometimes. So this is Crabrawler. He's the boxing Pokemon. Sorry, Hitmonchan.
He's the boxing Pokemon.
That's what he's listed as in the Pokedex.
The
The boxing Pokemon, yes.
or a.
The. All of them are the blank Pokemon.
Okay.
He's a fighting type.
Mm-hmm.
He's a crab. Why isn't he water type? Well, he's based off of a coconut crab, which lives exclusively on land.
In fighting gyms.
On land.
Oh, okay.
So he's a boxing crab. Get over it.
What are you gonna nickname him?
I'm not.
Oh.
What are you gonna nickname yours? Mike Tyson?
No. Rocky.
So Crabrawler, he just gets Hyper Cutter and Iron Fist ability. I mean,
Wait, is he steel?
no, he's fighting.
Fighting steel?
No, he's just fighting.
Oh, fighting water.
Just fighting.
Water fighting.
He's monotype fighting.
So he's like...
What are you doing?
Oh, he's like fighting bug.
What are you doing right now? He's a fighting type Pokemon.
This is my one concern.
Don't.
Never mind. concern is gone. I was thinking he looked more lobstery.
No, he doesn't. He looks like he's got a sweet hair flip and a bruised eye.
Yeah, he has a black eye.
Which is like, this guy just got out of a fight, and now he's on your Pokemon team.
He got out of a fight, and now he's on your Pokemon team. Exactly. That's exactly what happened.
I don't know, dude. I just love the color scheme.
It is cool. I like this Pokemon. I will give it a 4.
I'm giving it a 5 out of 5. Stop playing with the seeds.
I like
props.
it.
Crabrawler will definitely be on my in-game team.
If not your VGC team.
I mean, hopefully it's competitively viable. I don't see that happening.
I mean, it's going to have a high attack.
Yeah, but not the best.
It's going to learn Fake Out.
No, it's not.
Probably.
Its hands are like fists. It can't fake out.
Fake Out's like more like, I think, like...
No, you clap right in front of their face and it fakes them out.
I don't know.
That's what it is.
I think it's just when you're like...
No, but you do a clap.
Yeah, you don't have to do a clap, though.
Check the game animation.
Well, I know what the game animation is. I'm just saying, like, in a boxing thing, though, like, faking out, that's, like, a thing that you would actually do. You know? Because you want to, like, fake them out.
No, I disagree.
I think it'll learn Fake Out. You want to put a stake bet on it?
A stake bet?
Yeah, well, I mean, that's, like, a thing where you bet a stake, but... We don't do that, so...
yeah, we can bet, like, a chicken breast on it.
Chicken breast. We'll do a Red Lobster dinner bet on it.
No.
It's fitting, though, for this crab.
It's a crab, though, not a lobster. Does Red Lobster even have crab? Just kidding. Of course they do. So that's Crabrawler. Probably... in my top 3 favorite Pokemon from Alola so far. Nice. Top 2, I'll say. Sorry, Mimikyu.
Wow, that looks a lot
better. So the last thing...
Wait, Mimikyu is the best Pokemon!
So, another piece of news announced at Worlds. The last thing they always do is announce where we're going next year. And as California natives...
Okay, so we have to preface this with the story first. So we were talking about when we were at Worlds this year. Oh, it's going to suck. Next year we're going to have to travel.
Fly somewhere.
Yeah. And we're like, okay, that's going to be inconvenient, whatever. It's announced at the end. And probably the hypest moment for us.
Only 2 people in the room that were excited.
Yeah.
Anaheim, California.
California. So.
Which is just north of LA.
Yeah.
It's cool for us. We live in California.
Yep.
We can super easily go.
Don't really have to travel.
I don't understand why it's in the U.S. every year, and I don't understand why it would be in the same state 2 years in a row.
I do. Because if California wasn't popular enough 2 years ago, it's only growing in popularity.
What about Tokyo? What about any, like, beautiful European country?
Oh, no, it's true. Like, those are all great places, but, I mean, I think... financially, it is most viable for them to go to California.
I don't know if they're worried about finances. Did you see that production value?
My God, it was beautiful.
If you didn't see, I would highly recommend going on Twitch and watching replays of all 3 days of the Pokemon World Championship. The stages, the sets were all so good.
Yeah, I mean, we're slightly biased. It's like it was a big like mock Golden Gate Bridge structure, and where all the players were playing underneath, and then we got the big Pikachu with the cable up riding on the cable car, and it's really cool.
It's really cool. I enjoyed it.
Really cool.
It was a great World Championship. Josh, we got a piece of news not at the World Championship. About some writers for a movie?
I thought we got another piece of news at the World Championships, though. About a certain card game.
Did we?
Yeah.
Oh, right.
So we have a new type of Pokemon card. So, guys, it's all started with EX. Right?
Yeah, EX and then something that no one used, and then Break, and now GX. Sorry, Josh.
Well, no, M was Megas.
No.
I think M was Megas.
Yeah, it was.
Yeah.
Okay.
Then there was the Break cards.
I already said them all.
And now...
GX. I already said it.
I didn't drum roll it. I didn't intro it.
So GX cards are like EX. If you knock one out, you get 2 prizes. Mm-hmm. And they have one giant, like, crazy attack.
Yeah, they're basically incorporating Z moves into the card game.
Can you stop playing with that?
I will not.
Please.
I cannot promise it.
It's, like, it's clearly distracting you.
It's very much so.
They have one attack that I guess you can only use one GX attack per game.
Yeah.
So we see Solgaleo and Lunala GX cards. Solgaleo's GX attack just lets you get 5 energy out of your deck and put them on any of your Pokemon.
Yeah.
That's insanity.
It's pretty good.
That's like the craziest thing I've ever heard.
Craziest thing you've ever heard.
And then Lunala's attack is just knock out one of your opponent's basic Pokemon that isn't a GX. So an EX qualifies. That's 2 free prizes.
Yeah.
That's the craziest thing I've ever heard.
So basically, these are going to be some big, strong boy cards.
I mean, yeah, they're the new EXs.
Yeah. So the Solgaleo, the Lunala, they have cool abilities too. The Solgaleo can do over 200 damage in one attack. Pretty crazy. And the Lunala can do like 100 and something, but then your other opponent's Pokemon can't heal the next turn.
Which isn't that great.
And it's not that great, but I mean, it's probably an automatic at least 2 hit.
Sure.
Not one.
Sure. Yeah, so they specifically kept the HP and energy costs off these cards.
Yeah.
But we'll see. I mean, obviously this is going to be the new meta game in the trading card game.
Yeah.
If you play it.
So there you go.
So what was the other thing I said?
We got the writers for Detective Pikachu, and who are they, Tommy?
Detective Pikachu, yeah, that's the live action Pokemon movie that's coming out. Distributed by Legendary Pictures. Mm-hmm. And now it's going to be written by people who I'm sure you know the names of.
I do. Gravity Falls creator, and his name is Alex Hirsch, and also Nicole Perlman, who wrote the first draft of Guardians of the Galaxy. So these are pretty big. I believe she was also a writer on Inside Out.
Okay. So, I mean, these people have good resumes.
Yeah, especially for kids' movies. Obviously, Gravity Falls is kind of like in the vein of Adventure Time as far as like the fan base goes. A lot of people really liked that show. And as well as, I mean, Guardians of the Galaxy, great movie. And I think, I mean, these are capable writers. I still don't think Detective Pikachu is the Pokemon movie.
It's not the best idea.
Yeah, I don't think that's the Pokemon movie that I want to see. But hopefully with these writers on board, we can get something good.
I mean, yeah, it's a good case scenario for the writers. I don't see this movie being good.
Yeah, I mean, the thing with them now being attached and there not already being a script is that now they have to come up with an idea for Detective Pikachu as opposed to, I want to write Detective Pikachu, and then come up with an idea and then sell Detective Pikachu.
Right.
So,
I mean, yeah, we've talked about this a million times on the Fan Geared podcast.
Yeah.
We'll have to wait and see. I mean, we're far ways away from this movie, so.
True.
Let's move on to our next segment. What's it called?
It's called...
It's a revolving door of Pokemon.
Why do you have to do the intro when I already did it?
We already heard it at this point, right?
Yeah.
Okay. Yeah, I think I did.
Obviously, we already heard it. Did you not hear it?
I think I did it better. Today we're talking about, drum roll please.
Stop drum rolling.
Rayquaza.
Because I pronounce it that way because quasars.
Right.
So Rayquaza, the green snake Pokemon.
The green snake. Yeah, that's
not what it's called. This is obviously a mythical Pokemon from the originally from Ruby and Sapphire version. All of its Pokedex entries basically say it lives in the ozone.
In the ozone.
Nobody knew it existed until now. All of the games say that, which doesn't make sense.
Yeah, until now, today.
And basically it said that Rayquaza would never come down to land unless Groudon and Kyogre were fighting. And when it's in its flying form, it looks like a meteor.
Yes. So Dragon Ascent is its special move that makes, and you can
Really
see
took a
it.
far jump there.
Well, you can see it in its meteor form.
Oh, okay. Right.
Yeah,
Yeah.
it looks like this.
No,
Pretty cool,
it
huh?
doesn't. I don't know what you're saying. You
That was
didn't do
pretty
anything.
cool.
You didn't do anything.
What are you talking about?
You didn't do anything there.
I didn't do anything, but
so
we saw the
Rayquaza-
clip.
I didn't see any clip.
Okay.
I didn't see it. Because, Pokemon's pretty strict about their copyright rules. They will take this video down.
I don't know, man. If you're just playing a game, VGC on your channel?
So, Mega Rayquaza, Dragon Flying type.
Dragon Flying type.
We see that it's got ginormous stats in attack and special attack, equal stats of those.
This is actually banned in Ubers.
Rayquaza is not banned in
I
Ubers.
thought you said Mega.
So Rayquaza has a Mega Evolution as well.
Oh, we haven't gotten there. Tommy, you need to lead me.
I'm trying, but you're just jumping all over the place.
I want to talk about Rayquaza, man. I love it.
I say Rayquaza has big stats. Yeah, it's got a Mega Evolution, is your response.
No, my response was, yeah, they're so big that it's banned from one of the tiers.
So its Mega Evolution, Mega Rayquaza, is banned because of, not because of its stats, but because of its uniqueness, where you don't need a Mega Stone to evolve it, Mega Evolve it. You just need it to learn the attack Dragon Ascent.
Yeah.
Which is basically like a flying type close combat.
Yeah, it's really good anyway.
And so that's why it's banned, because you can put an item on it and still have it Mega Evolve.
Yeah, so
Which is insanity.
A lot of people usually opt for, more recently, Focus Sash. You also do
Life
a
Orb.
Life Orb,
Choice Band.
Choice Band, Assault Vest.
Soul Best.
Yeah, there are a lot of options for it, especially because of you get the boost from the Mega and
An item.
whatever item you put on it. So it's a very good Pokemon. It's a very has a pretty diverse moveset that it can learn, and learn set.
Pretty much every type.
Yeah, so I mean, it's been used a lot to try to help counter the Groudons on those Kyogre teams.
Well, we should probably go over Rayquaza's ability. So Rayquaza has the ability Airlock, which negates all effects of weather.
Right.
And then when it Mega Evolves, it has Delta Stream, which overpowers Harsh Sun and Harsh Rain.
Yeah, it's essentially the third, Omega, or Primal.
Yeah. And then what the Harsh Winds does is negates the super effectiveness to flying type Pokemon.
Yeah, so your Ice type attacks and your Thunder types attacks, they're not going to do so much.
Not going to do as much.
Well, Thunder type attacks specifically, but it still does take the weakness to Dragon.
Dragon, right.
Yeah.
Which is not bad type at all.
Yeah.
Which is crazy, because you still get stab from flying type attacks like Dragon Ascent.
Yeah.
But you don't have to take the weakness from... It's a really good Pokemon.
Yeah, it's actually amazing that it didn't really get super popular until just this past weekend. It's been popular
That's
before
not true.
that, but it's very surprising with how Worlds turned out.
Well, the thing that deterred a lot of people from using Rayquaza on their competitive teams is it is a little frail.
Yeah, well, that's when Focus Sash or Assault Vest comes into play.
Right. And it worked. And we're going to get into exactly what it did at Worlds in our next segment. But for now, Rayquaza, how do you like the design?
I love the design. I think it's really cool. The Mega design and the original design are really cool. I think that its shiny is really cool with the black.
Oh, yeah, matte black.
That's really cool. And it's really cool.
I think it's really cool.
Wow.
Yeah, I like it as well. Yeah, I mean, it's just really well designed, really, like, scary, believable that it rules over Pokemon such as Groudon and Kyogre.
And that's it.
I mean, it's like, it's basically like this, the ozone ambassador. Don't try to fly up there because Rayquaza is going to get you.
He's going to get you.
Also worth mentioning, he's a boss in Super Smash Bros. Brawl. Literally a boss battle.
Super Smash Bros. Brawl, yeah.
So that's cool.
That is cool. But what does he do, though, about the hole in the ozone layer?
Well, he's creating them.
He's not creating the hole. He lives in the ozone.
Yeah, but when he comes down to Earth to be like, hey, Groudon, Kyogre, knock it off. He's got to come down and poke a hole through the layer, right?
I think he's saying, no, knock it off. You're creating the hole in my home.
Maybe.
He's the environmental protector.
That's why he's literally green.
And the fire and water are like the heat and the water are creating the pollution.
You might be thinking too much into this.
I think I'm dead on. Right on the nose. You
sound like a conspiracy theorist.
This is real, dude, and I would not be surprised if this went all the way up to Vice President Joe Biden.
What? Like Joe Biden created Rayquaza?
I think this could be it, that dude. So there's something going on here.
What?
And that brings us to our final segment, the topic of the week.
Topic of the week.
We are going to be running down all.
So, as you guys may or may not have heard, the Pokemon World Championships were last weekend.
What?
So
I would agree with that, actually.
We're gonna go over the top 2 TCG decks and VGC teams from the Masters divisions.
Mm-hmm. We're gonna start with TCG.
TCG because that's what Pokemon starts with on the stream because they know it's less exciting.
Should we start with the champion or the runner-up?
Runner-up.
Okay.
Which is a guy who goes by the name of
Cody
Walensky, and he brought to World Championships a Greninja deck, Greninja Break,
with Talonflame setup.
And Talonflame.
So basically the way that this team works is you have a number of different Greninja cards. You have one Greninja, which is a pretty standard. You can discard water energies to put 30 damage counters on any of your opponent's Pokemon on the bench or in play, as well as do 50 damage with an attack, which only takes one energy to use. So that's one of them, and then there's another one that is basically the main setup for the Greninja Break, because the Greninja Break also has that same ability, where if you discard a water energy, you can put 6 damage counters on any of your opponent's Pokemon.
Wait, Greninja Break has that ability?
Greninja Break has that ability, but it wants to use the abilities and attacks from the other Greninja on this team, which is, and I'll bring that up now. Whoa. Shadow Stitching. Until the end of your opponent's next turn, each Pokemon your opponent has in play in their hand or discard pile has no abilities, and then it has a 60 plus water energy attack. You may return a water energy from the Pokemon to your hand, and if you do that, the attack does an additional 20 damage.
So he's probably just using the first attack.
Shadow Stitching?
Yeah. It negates the opponent's abilities.
Yeah, but only does 40 damage. Alright, so the reason why the Talonflame is so important to this deck is because if you... and he's holding 4 in his deck.
Mm-hmm.
Because if you draw Talonflame on turn 1, you can place it down as a basic Pokemon as your active Pokemon.
Oh.
That's its ability. And then it has Arrow Blitz, which does 40 damage for only 1 colorless energy cost, and you can search your deck for 2 cards and put them in your hand.
Oh.
So, pretty good.
that kind of works well in every deck.
It does, yeah, but it's good to set up this very specific Greninja deck.
Yeah, and those are the only Pokemon he runs in the deck are Froakie, Frogadier, Greninja, Greninja Break, and Talonflames.
Yeah, and the 2 different variations on Greninja.
Well, yeah.
Yeah.
And then Frogadier is really good too because for just the cost of 1 water energy, you can put 3 Frogadiers from your deck onto your bench.
Yeah, which is, really good. He's only running 3 Froakies in this deck, and you might think that's weird, but that's why.
You don't need them.
Yeah.
The problem that we saw happen with this deck in the finals
It's
is
really dependent on that Talonflame.
that and the lack of basic Pokemon. He got a mulligan, which let his opponent draw an extra card in the second game.
Yeah.
And just could never come back from that.
Yeah, we didn't see more than 1 Pokemon per game in this set from him.
We did. He had 3 in the second game.
Okay, but we never saw him set up.
Right. He never got past a Frogadier in the finals.
Yeah. And, to make it this far and then to have it be such a shutout there in the final is disappointing. But, but actually both finals ended in 2 games for the Masters.
Right.
So.
But, I mean, cool.
Yeah. But anyway, disappointing that he couldn't get the setup and we could see what his deck really had to offer. It has the potential, of course. Talonflame is pretty big because if you can play that turn 1 and get, just search for any 2 cards, Frogadier right there or whatever, and then...
Yeah, whatever he needs based on what he doesn't have in his hand.
Well, yeah, obviously.
And then, obviously he runs the basic trainer cards, just cycling through deck, discarding and drawing as many cards as possible.
Yeah.
10 energies, kind of a lot. Actually, it's a lot for a card where every one of his Pokemon only requires 1 water energy to attack.
Yeah.
A little strange. But, yeah, it was just really disappointing. I was looking forward to seeing the Greninja deck.
Yeah.
And, unfortunately, the winner he was playing against just got too much too fast and he could not keep up.
Yeah, so now this deck for the world champion was Mega Audino EX. Which
this is
pretty much everyone was saying going into it, what is this deck? Okay, whatever,
Do you want to say the guy's name?
Thought you wanted to win worlds, but I guess you don't. This is Shintaro Ito.
Yeah. So Mega Audino EX, a card that no one's ever used in the existence of Pokemon, TCG.
No one's ever used it.
Yeah, it's unheard of. I'm not really sure what the engine of this deck is because, again, he won so fast.
Yeah.
He just got his Mega Audino EXs up on turn 2.
Yeah.
And went through the Froakies with his attack, Magical Symphony.
Yeah, so he was... He's running a lot of pretty standard, staple Pokemon that you like to support this deck. The Hoopa.
We saw the
EX.
Hoopa come into play in both games.
Yeah, you can just grab Pokemon and put them in your hand.
You get 3 EX Pokemon
cards,
straight to your bench from your deck. Which obviously is there's all your Audinos that you need right there.
Right, yeah. The Audino with going like this.
Such a cute card. And then... we didn't see the Magearna or the Cobalion or the Absol.
Yeah, it never really came into play, but the Mega Audino EX, so it does 110 damage unless you have used a supporter card that turn, in which case it does 50 damage to an opponent's benched Pokemon.
Yeah, and that effect came into play. It was actually what won him game 2. Mm-hmm. When there was a Froakie on the bench with 20 HP or 40 HP remaining. So he simultaneously knocked that one out as well as the one in play to win the World Championship.
Yeah. Pretty crazy. This deck came out of nowhere. Looking at it, it doesn't seem like it should be good. It's very strange. This guy is the only one running Mega Audino EX in the whole tournament, and it comes out on top.
Right. He did lose 2 games during the Swiss rounds.
Yeah.
But he won the World Championship.
Yeah, he's the world champion.
I mean, nobody likes Mega Audino in any capacity.
Yeah, no.
But now they will.
Yeah. In the card game. Leave it to the card game to make that dumb Pokemon popular. Alright, guys, moving on to what I like to call real Pokemon.
Wow.
We are talking here about the video game championships.
Finalists.
The finalists were Jonathan Evans and, you know him, you love him, Wolfie Glick.
Wolf Glick.
Wolfie Glick.
Wolf Glick.
Alright, Jonathan Evans, finalist. He's bringing Dual Primal, Gengar, Talonflame, Mega Manectric.
Just say Manectric.
Manectric.
Just say Manectric.
Mega
for now.
Manectric.
What?
Mega Manectric.
No, just say Manectric.
And Bronzong. We have their full movesets and everything here. We can get into those. But very interesting team, especially the Mega Manectric.
The Manectric.
The Manectric.
It's like, what is it going to be? It's probably going to be Mega based off the rest of his team, because Gengar would be the only other Mega. Which, spoiler alert, they were both Megas.
Yeah.
Interesting. Maybe he wanted to switch it into Kyogre's trying to use Thunder against his own Kyogre.
Mm-hmm. We did see a lot of
Lightning Rods.
Lightning Rod in this entire tournament.
Which is surprising, because I never found that to be a super threat against Kyogre. Or just in general, electric type attacks.
Yeah. It's, we saw it, I mean, we didn't really see it. We saw a little bit at Nationals, but we saw it a lot this past weekend. So it's very interesting that it just all of a sudden people were like, that's strategic switch in during the Thunder from Kyogre onto other Kyogre. Could be very helpful, and it did come into play a lot during this final.
It did. So his Kyogre was running Origin Pulse, Ice Beam, Thunder, Protect, standard, modest nature. So it's a heavy hitter type, not min speed, not max speed. But his Groudon now is min speed with the quiet nature, I believe. Oh no, maybe not. It could be. I'm not positive on what quiet does, but it knows Eruption, Precipice Blades, Fire Punch, and Protect.
Yeah, pretty standard moveset there.
Mixed attacker. His Gengar was, as we said, holding the Gengarite. It's a timid. Sludge Bomb, Will-O-Wisp, Hidden Power, and Protect. We didn't see it come into play, but that's Hidden Power Water, right?
I would assume so, yes.
Okay.
Yeah, Talonflame's Brave Bird, Tailwind, Will-O-Wisp, and the Taunt. It's really looking to bring those burns.
No, this is obviously a Smeargle counter. It's holding a Chesto Berry.
Right.
And it's Jolly Nature.
Sure, but... okay.
It's a supporter Talonflame.
Yeah.
With specifics against Smeargle.
Right. Well, as the Taunt, the Chesto Berry.
Taunt, Chesto Berry.
Brave Bird's going to bring it down to its Sash. Tailwind's going to make sure you can go first next turn. Will-O-Wisp for those Kangs.
Will-O-Wisp is just a good move.
Yeah.
Manectric.
So Manectric is holding the Manectite because it's the Mega Manectric.
Mm-hmm.
Timid nature, so it's fast. Thunder, Volt Switch, Hidden Power, and Protect. So the Volt Switch seems to be the move of choice on these Lightning Rod users, because then you can switch back out and then switch back in again for another strategic Lightning Rod absorption of the Thunder moves.
Oh, not to mention Mega Manectric has Intimidate.
True.
Cycling Intimidates is a thing that also was very popular in the top 8.
Yeah.
Hidden Power, that's probably Ice on Manectric.
HP Ice.
Yeah. This is a Pokemon that would have been popular in 2015, 2014.
Yeah.
Even.
Yeah. We didn't actually see it come into play at all in the final.
Right. It never made a finals appearance.
Yeah.
But, I mean, it helped him get to the final, I'm sure, at some point.
Well, yeah. I mean, it was on his team.
Yep.
Yeah, and finally, rounding out the team is Bronzong with Gyro Ball, Trick Room, Skill Swap, and Safeguard. So a lot more safeguards coming out more recently too, for obvious reasons. You're going to be protecting against those everythings.
It's holding a Lumberry.
Holding a Lumberry.
So that's also a Smeargle counter.
Yeah.
Wake up with your Lumberry and then Trick Room, Safeguard next turn.
Yeah.
And with your slow Groudon, that's going to give you the game if you can get off a Trick Room.
That's the game right there. Unless, of course, you are fighting against Wolf Glick with his team of... Overshot it. Kyogre.
Hitmontop,
Gengar.
Raichu,
Bronzong.
Rayquaza.
Mega Rayquaza.
You could never be a Pokemon commentator, dude.
So, Kyogre, we're dealing with Origin Pulse, Ice Beam, Water Spout, and Protect. Pretty standard moveset there, of course. No Thunder.
Modest again.
Modest Blue Orb and Drizzle. He opted for Drizzle. Very interesting choice there.
His Hitmontop, Wide Guard, Fake Out, Close Combat, Feint.
Yes, we saw the Wide Guard basically come into play to
Close out a game.
solidify that match. It's also holding Eject button. What do you think of that?
Well, we'll get into the full, what this team does. Let's just say what everything is first. And then that's Adamant Nature.
Gengar's got Protect, Taunt, Sludge Bomb, and Will-O-Wisp. It's Timid Nature and Gengarite.
Right, then we got Raichu, Fake Out, Volt Switch, Endeavor, Nuzzle. This is a Timid Assault Vest variant, which is okay. Assault Vest, that's what it was.
Yeah. Bronzong, Safeguard, Gyro Ball, Skill Swap, and Trick Room with a Sassy Nature and a Lumberry. This is almost exactly the same as his opponent's Bronzong.
Yeah, his opponent had a different nature.
Yeah.
One's physical, one's special. I believe Sassy is special. And then Rayquaza, Dragon Ascent, Protect, Swords Dance, Extreme Speed. This is Jolly Nature with a Focus Sash. So this team has a very interesting mechanic where it just cycles through Fake Outs.
Yeah, so this is obviously it's the World Championship team, but also this is one of the first teams I've seen in VGC that is good, as creative as it can possibly be in this format, and actually a smart idea.
Yeah, so in both games of finals, we saw Wolfie. He brought Kyogre, Rayquaza, and then Hitmontop and Raichu. And what he would just do is Fake Out with either Hitmontop, or they should make a Hitmonchop. Hitmontop and Raichu, and then cycle them out for the other. He led both games with Kyogre and Rayquaza, which is very weird. But it worked.
Yeah. So I think the reasoning for that was to make that prediction play of the Raichu on the Thunder, and then start cycling in those Fake Outs.
Right. So he switched into Jonathan, right?
Right.
Jonathan's Kyogre's Thunder. Raichu would absorb it with the Lightning Rod, and then his own Kyogre got off a free shot.
Yeah, which was a Water Spout in the first game, and then an Origin Pulse in the second. We also saw it come into play a few times with his Rayquaza Swords Dance, where he was able to get off a free Swords Dance as well, and that's picked up a few one-hit KOs on the Groudon and a Bronzong.
Might I say Wolf plays a better Rayquaza than anyone in the world. He is not... He's so strategic with his Mega Evolution timing, because you have to wait with Rayquaza. Rayquaza holds a unique ability in being able to bring Harsh Weather without having to automatically bring it in when it's switched in.
Yeah.
So if you switch in a Groudon against it, then after that it Mega Evolves, and there's no Sun.
Mm-hmm.
And that's really what he used it for.
Yeah.
I think.
This was, Wolf played both of these matches perfectly. At no point was he really on his back foot. He was in control the whole time for the entire final.
I disagree with that. The second game was really close.
No way.
Yeah, it was.
All he had to do was pull off that wide guard.
In the last turn, yeah, he had it won, but leading up to that, it was really close.
I don't know. I would say
Go
he
back
was
and
pretty in
rewatch
control. He looked pretty in control to me, from what I
That's
saw.
because you were biased.
I don't know, dude.
It was the close finals. Aaron Zhang went on record saying it was the most exciting finals of all time.
Yeah, because Aaron Zhang is friends with Wolf.
Who cares? He's in love with the game more than Wolf.
I don't know. He might be in love with Wolf.
Well, now we all are. So another thing we saw him do a lot is switch in his Hitmontop against Groudon.
Mm-hmm.
I assume he also did it against Kangaskhan.
Mm-hmm.
But we didn't see Kangaskhan in the finals. Thank you. And then it would immediately get hit out with an eject button.
Yeah.
But, next turn... that's a free Intimidate.
Yeah.
And then a free switch into whatever he wanted.
Yeah.
And that's why he held the eject button on it. And then next time he switched it in, he gets another Intimidate and another Fake Out.
Yeah. So, this team is, dare I say, it's a revolving door of Pokemon.
Okay, you can say that.
Just like a segment that we have.
Yeah, I understood the reference.
Cool. So...
Were you going to go somewhere with that, or you just wanted to make that joke?
I was hoping for some kind of reaction, maybe.
Oh, wasn't that funny?
Okay.
Focus Sash on Rayquaza is really smart.
Yeah, a lot of people are running that now.
It's really smart because he can take a hit and get up a Swords Dance. And then Extreme Speed.
Mm-hmm.
He never had to, but he could.
Yeah. So, guys, very exciting Worlds. Probably the most exciting we could have hoped for in this format of a very limited pool of Pokemon.
Wait, can I keep talking about his team?
No.
Okay, so if you have Kyogre and Hitmontop together, Kyogre brings the rain, Hitmontop can freely wide guard, and an opposing Groudon can do literally nothing against that combination. They have great synergy in that respect. I'm pretty sure Hitmontop Oko's Kangaskhan's with close combat because it is an adamant variant. His Raichu is Assault Vest, which seems really weird, but obviously it's trained specifically to survive water spouts from Kyogre. We saw it live the Origin Pulse with like 30% left.
Yeah, we saw that come into play. That was pretty good.
So obviously he knew what he wanted to use Raichu for, which was to counter Kyogre's.
Yeah.
And he trained his to do so. I'm not really sure how Bronzong fits onto this team, but I guess it's to counter Smeargles.
Yeah.
Lumberry, Trick Room, and then just Safeguard.
Yeah.
Any two of his Pokemon have such great synergy together. It's a really professionally constructed team.
This is why Wolfie Glick is, you can make the case that he is the best in the world. Maybe even the universe.
He's the best in the world right now.
Well, he is the world champion. This is his first world championship, but you saw his credentials going into this match. Two-time national champion. He's gotten second place, runner-up at Worlds before. He's
5 regional
championships.
6 Worlds appearances.
It's insane.
He's probably not the best of all time, but he's the best right now.
He could be the best of all time. There's a case for that, and especially now that he has that world championship. This was professional play at its finest. One of the best matches we've seen.
Yeah, go watch it.
Go
on Twitch right now.
You'll see us in the crowd cheering along.
Oh yeah, we were in the crowd.
We were on stream. So you can see that. It was a very fun time. I'm very glad that Wolf was able to pull out finally a Worlds win. And I'm very excited for next season when we will be going to Anaheim for World Championships next year.
Woo.
It's going to be big.
Yeah, and that's about all she wrote. We'll see. She. We'll see you guys next week
For another episode
for another episode of Critical Chit.
Chat.